Welcome once again to your update from the city of New Hope. Let's chat with the mayor, find out what's coming up in the city and what may have just happened that may have been a great thing in the city. Mayor, welcome. How are you today?
I'm well, Dave. How are you?
I am very good. We've
Good.
got a council meeting to touch on that is coming up this evening as we record on October 27th. And again, also stay with us, many other things coming up that are happening in the community. Let's begin with the council meeting. First, consent agenda is rather full. Tell us a little bit about the flavor of consent tonight.
Yeah, we put things on consent that things that we've already discussed at a previous work session, things that the council agrees on, things that we don't have to do a formal presentation to the public on. But again, as we are putting things through on consent, these are things that have already been presented to the council and that we've talked about at great length. So when people see things go through on consent, this isn't just a rubber stamp.
Mhm.
Our last work session went 3.5 hours.
Right.
So I don't want anyone thinking that just because it's on consent, they're just rubber stamped items.
Mhm.
Things such as financial claims, approval of business licenses, the roofing project that's being done at West Metro Fire Station 3, our funding for the pets under police supervision funding, the joint powers agreement for the social worker contract, and the like. So there's 8 items on the consent agenda. So again, things we've all talked about, and we just have to formally pass at a council meeting.
Very good. That will be done tonight to kick off the meeting, and then a public hearing in that meeting tonight on the 27th regarding assessments, some improvement projects that actually go a few years back. So give us a little overview of how this works and why this is important.
Yeah, when I got my paperwork and had my meeting with the directors, I was amazed to see that we were getting this so late. And this is for the 2024 assessments for non-taxed properties. And it was for the 2024 infrastructure project, and that was County Road 9 and 36th and Boone. And properties, we don't tax people per project.
Mhm.
When you get your streets done, you don't get a bill.
Right.
You pay for it out of your taxes every year. So you're
Mhm.
not getting a $14,000 bill just out of the blue to get your streets redone.
Right.
However, parcels that don't pay taxes, either the tax exempt properties, they have to pay for their share of it. So that project is wrapping up, and we will be getting doing a public hearing, which is mandated by state law, to be able to go ahead and get those properties taxed.
So there's your preview of what's coming up in the council meeting for the 27th this evening as we record this. Now to some things that are happening around the city, and one that just happened recently. If you were lucky enough to be out and about this weekend, you might have got a little ice cream for free. What was happening?
So good. Cullen's Ice Cream on Saturday at 3 o'clock had their ribbon cutting. And so pleased to have been asked to attend and to cut the ribbon. It's just incredible ice cream. Now, there where Mountain Mud used to be and Pocket Square. So it's right across Quebec from Pub 42. And they just do incredible business and incredible work. So happy to have them here. And this is the fourth in constructions of Cullen's Ice Cream. So we're happy to have them in town.
Good for them. Yeah, great staff, and ice cream is very good. Let's talk about Elevate Hennepin, an opportunity for people maybe looking to get into business, or maybe you've already started a business. There's some help through the city and through the county. How does this work?
New Hope is part of a consortium that belongs to Elevate Hennepin, and this is a service where people that are in the process or considering starting a small business can get a great deal of help on getting this business up and running or getting this business to thrive. And it's free of charge, and it's a you have subject matter experts that can help you with understanding startup, with a business plan, with marketing. I mean, all facets of business. And they will actually be hosting office hours, what they call pop-up office hours,
Mhm.
on November 20th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at New Hope City Hall.
Very good. Stop by if you get an opportunity to. We recently talked a little bit about annual reports for the city, and now I understand some of those reports going up on the city's website. Remind us what those are and what people might find inside.
Yeah, the city started a while ago, a couple years back, on the project efficiency and transparency reports. That was important that the public knows this as far as the council was concerned, that we explain to people or we show to the residents how our projects are being funded and what the original estimate was, what the final cost was. And about really being transparent, letting people know what we're doing, how we're doing it. Now, keeping in mind some of these numbers are off, and they're going to be off, and
Hmm.
that's because these engineer estimates for roadways and other projects can be done 18 to 24 months in advance.
Sure.
And they come up with their best idea of what it's going to cost to do the project. And maybe we have a spike in tar or the fuels and things like that. Or maybe
Hmm.
there's a dip when it comes time to do the actual project. So it's again, it's never spot on, but we want to try to evaluate how our bidding versus how our actual production costs are going. And they do a good job. So we're happy to share that. That is actually on the New Hope City website under performance measures.
newhopemn.gov. As you see on the bottom of the screen, the website, you can find that and more information. Also, information there about green step cities. And as you drive into one of the entrances of New Hope, you see the little signs there with the green blocks. I understand in the past month or so, some discussions about that program. Bring us up to date if you would.
Yeah, we are on step three. There's 5 steps total, and we are at the third step, which is more than most other cities are at. And it's about being conscious and taking the right steps to be green, to be sustainable. And we stopped at step three intentionally because going to step four and step five was cost prohibitive and really time prohibitive for staff. And we were very happy to be at step three. Well, the program has reevaluated itself and they've made some changes in the program. And we're seeing that step four and step five are things that we're already working on or working towards or doing.
Mhm.
So, and there's no additional cost. So I'm very cognizant about where we're putting the taxpayers' dollars. And if it's so that if we're spending a lot of money just to put up another sign, that's not worth it.
Mhm.
And so the council agreed with me and we held off on doing it. Now we're seeing that we're just about at step four already. And so we will be moving on to step four and step five. So that's a big deal.
Watch for more information again on the city's website about what that program is. Scattered site housing, let's give a quick update. We've got one house in progress and one that's almost ready to go. The in progress house, 5410 Wisconsin. We've got a picture here. Tell us about this home, John.
Yeah, the framing is in progress, and that's always fun to see. And they want to get obviously it framed and get it enclosed so that they can work on the interior over the winter. So it's in its early stages of framing, and they're moving right along with it. It's going to be a great home.
Other one is 5421 Virginia, and this one looks almost ready to move into, doesn't it?
You know, the work that's being done by our builders or by the builders is incredible. And as I stated earlier, we're getting some gorgeous homes. This home at 5421 Virginia it has had the stone veneer and stone address numbers that have been installed. It looks so sharp. And final grading has been completed. This one's going to be ready to go sooner rather than later. And again, it's there's been a lot of interest in this home already.
I can imagine. Let's hop ahead to the police department. A couple updates here. First is police incidents over the past week. What does that number look like?
That number's at 381. We had 381 police-related incidents between October 16th and the 22nd, down from what we normally see historically year to date, year over year, excuse me. And so our officers are doing a great job.
Let's move ahead to one other police item, and this has to do with package thefts, something that we hear about on occasion. And New Hope Police is watching for this as well, and a good story here.
Absolutely. Officer Kidd and Officer Smith did a remarkable job locating an individual that had felony warrants related to multiple package thefts, not only in New Hope, but in the surrounding cities. Officers arrived, observed the suspect go into the garage, having the knowledge that they can't just run in and grab a hold of him. The officers strategically place themselves into a position of cover so they're not seen. And when that individual came out of the garage, they took him into custody without incident. Just a solid apprehension, great thought process as far as the legal end of it, and just outstanding work by Officer Kidd and Officer Smith.
Let's hop ahead to the Park and Rec Department. A few updates here, and one is related to the golf course, and the golf course is still open for play. The weather is perfect outside as we record today, so I can imagine folks are out there, and you encourage people to keep playing as long as they can, right?
Yes, absolutely. They're continuing to keep that course beautiful. It's open as this week as long as weather allows. They're saying rain Tuesday night and Wednesday. So get out and swing the sticks as long as you're able to. Additionally, when you're out there, you can see the Eagle Scout project that was completed about 10 days ago, where the installation of bench pads were placed and trash receptacles on the second tee box. New benches will be installed in November.
Nice.
So again, just a super nice spot for the city to partner with an Eagle Scout candidate. They got this done, and we're certainly appreciative and will benefit from it.
All right, get out and enjoy that bench with the fall leaves coming down. One final note to pass along, something that happened this past Thursday on the 23rd. We had talked a lot about it ahead of time to get you out there, and hopefully you were attendance. That was City Day and also Trunk or Treat. Tell us a little bit about the fun you saw, Mayor.
You know, these are always fun nights, and City Day was very busy. And at the City Day in City Hall along the main hallway, every single department in the city had a table and interacted with residents. People had questions about community development or inspections or parks and recs or police, fire, whatever. People were able to stop and talk. Council member Ray Councilmember Coriel and Councilmember Eisenberg were there with me, and we had a lot of great interactions with people. There was also artwork that was posted by kindergartners from New Hope, and just a ton of fun. At 7 o'clock, they out in the parking lot they had a number of city vehicles out there, big plow trucks that kids could, play in and around, fire trucks, police vehicles, SWAT vehicles. And so it was, and then the kids could go around each of the vehicles and trick or treat. So it was a huge success. Great work by city staff for not only setting it up, Beth Kramer, but certainly the staff that was there that worked it. It was a huge hit.
One of the things we had promoted that was going to happen there was the bean jars, and you have some numbers on the bean jars. So tell us what they are, first of all, and then what did you find out from the residents that came?
Yeah, now it's when you entered, you got a small cup with 5 beans. And at the city council table were 8 different jars, one for each of the different departments in the city. And with your 5 beans, you could say, this is where I think our tax dollars should be spent.
Mhm.
Now, we could give you 8 beans, but then you just throw one into each of them and you're
Right,
good.
right.
Yeah, and you have some people that, take all 5 beans and dump them into Park and Rec or
Sure.
streets or whatever. But it was it's really a way to demonstrate to people that as a city council, we have X amount of dollars to spend, and we have 8 divisions we have to operate.
Mhm.
And so where do people think the money should be spent? Now, these numbers may be a little skewed by what drove people to come, which is the trick or treat and the
Right.
youth and whatnot, but
Mhm.
it's always great to see.
Yeah.
And our top 3 bean getting divisions were Parks and Rec, Police, and Streets Department.
Mhm.
And so that was super interesting for us as a council to see that. And there's a lot of fun rhetoric going on between the different departments on it.
Oh, I
So
am sure.
yeah, a lot of bantering, but that's great.
You bet. All right. Well, thanks to all the residents that came out, participated. Hopefully the kids got a lot of candy. Well, that is it for our update this week. Mayor, thanks so much for your time. And again, stick with us. Here's a look at a few other things coming up in the city. Mayor, have a great week. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, Dave. You too, sir. Bye-bye.
For more city stories, check out ccxmedia.org or find us on social media.